Good morning, everyone. This is Ainan Qureshi, and I'm going to be presenting you this poem, uh, Only One Mother. It's in your English textbook, Balbharti. So let's go on with the poem. Hundreds of stars in the pretty sky, hundreds of shells on the shore together. Um, the meaning is pretty obvious. Hundreds of stars in the pretty sky. So they're talking about just talking about a quantity, just giving a poetic quantity, hundreds of, because they can't count it. Just hundreds of stars in the pretty sky, hundreds of shells on the shore together. So what are shells? Shells, if we see shells, you shall find them on the beach. When you go on the beach, you find them on the shore of the beach. There are many of these seashells on the beach. Hundreds of birds that go singing by. Again, this is the sing personifying birds, and this is singing. When the birds chirp, so that is what they call singing. So they're saying hundreds of birds that go singing by, hundreds of dewdrops to greet the dawn. So as you can see, what are dewdrops? These are dewdrops. I think in Hindi you call it os kane. So in the morning when you go and the grass is a little wet, so that is what you call a dewdrop. And what is it? What is dawn? So dawn is that time that is just before the sunrise, a little darkness. That is what you call a dawn. So that is what I call at that time dawn. So that is what you call hundreds of dewdrops to greet the dawn. Hundreds of bees in the purple clover. So hundreds of bees. Bees. Bees go to flowers, and they take out the essential stuff that they need, and all the pollination happens and all of that biological processes. So this is saying hundreds of bees in the purple clover. And now what's a clover? So clover is a type of flower that is colorful and vibrant. So this clover is purple in color, as you can see in the image. Hundreds of butterflies on the lawn. As you can see, butterflies are of different colors. They're majestic beasts, majestic, very very great and amazing. So hundreds of butterflies on the lawn. So all of this poem is in comparison. So it's just saying hundreds of bees in the beautiful, all the beautiful things. I can see hundreds of birds that go singing by. These are all beautiful stuff. Hundreds of dewdrops to greet the dawn. But only one mother in the whole wide world. So this poem is called Only One Mother. So it's in comparison to all of this, hundreds of stars. The stars in the skies look so pretty. Hundreds of shells on the seashore look pretty enough. Hundreds of birds that were singing by. It's such a beautiful visual image. Hundreds of dewdrops to greet the dawn. Hundreds of bees on the purple clover. Hundreds of butterflies. So many beautiful butterflies. But there is only one mother in the whole wide world. So, so the basic summary of this poem, how mothers are important to you. They give you life. They bring you to this beautiful earth. You can see these beautiful things you are only able to see because of your mother, because she was the one that you know got you to this world. So the basic summary of this poem. So through this poem, the author George Cooper tells us that there are pretty 100 stars in the sky, and there's hundreds of shells and hundreds of birds that are singing, hundreds of lambs in the sunny weather. There are even hundreds of dewdrops that can be seen during the dawn. So hundreds of bees in the purple clover patch, and hundreds of butterflies in the lawn. But there is only one mother in the whole wide world. So hundreds comparison to being one. So that is what they so the one is equivalent to hundreds. So that is what the author is trying to say in depth meaning. In depth meaning of that is the mother is much more above than all of these beauties, and we should respect them, and give them priorities, listen to them, because they think good of us and they want good for us. So that is what the author is trying to tell us. And I hope there aren't any difficult words. I have explained them all over. So, so purple clover is a flower. Hundreds of birds that go singing by. This is a metaphor. Metaphor is giving human-like abilities to non-living things. Even birds, you can say birds singing. So that is what hundreds of dewdrops to greet the dawn. Hundreds of stars in the pretty sky. Hundreds of shells on the shore together. So basically, this poem was about how you respect your mother and how important they are compared to all of the beauties on the earth. Thank you, and I hope you've understood this poem.